with Jim Kurzansky, the regional manager for Winfield and Croplan Genetics. And Jim, you know, you guys are our main seed supplier here. We've been doing Croplan Genetics for a lot of years. Can you tell us some of the things you guys are breeding and your focus and some of the new things coming down the pike?
This is our research and demonstration plot here in Modesto, California. This is primarily for silage, but we'll do some grain observations out of this trial. We've got some current products that we're using in the market, and then we've got several new test products looking at what's the next kind of lines coming along to improve yield and quality for especially for the dairy market. There are several different genetic family groups within this trial, and you know, we've been sorting these out for many years with you guys. Stanislaus does an excellent job sorting through research compared to a lot of other suppliers in the valley. And we've got probably 4 or 5 different families, and we're kind of focusing on which ones we're going to bring to the market with you guys for next year.
Well, I think that's what's unique about your guys' lineup is the diversity of genetics that we can have and how they fit together, you know, where we can customize something for a grower-specific needs, whether it's soil type or as management practices, find that variety that's specific for them. And I know you guys have done a lot of work with that, trying to match genetics specific to the crop.
Well, you know, the answer plot system in the U.S. is the most comprehensive across the United States. A little different here in California because we're strictly in the silage market. But we sort through these materials, looking at soil to start with, and then looking at management, what the grower is actually going to put into that crop, what kind of soil he has, and then working with your PCAs, working with the grower on an individual field-by-field basis, not one hybrid fits all. I know a lot of your growers will grow 2 or 3 different kinds of corn related to when they're going to plant, what their water situation is, what their soil situation is, and that's kind of how we sort these genetics out to fit different environments and different cropping systems related to what's the grower's plan.
Right. Well, I think always if the grower can plant a couple different varieties, it certainly helps spread that risk, because you do have, you know, every year is a different year, as you know, and we run into water situations, of course, droughts right now. How's that handling? How's that changed the corn market, and what are you guys doing to maybe fit into that?
Well, you know, everybody across probably the U.S. has seen, you know, what's going on in California with the drought, you know, wildfires, but agriculture is facing some real challenging times out here. And you know, there's different kinds of corns coming that have drought tolerance. There's corns with more heat and stress tolerance, bringing new genetics from other places in the world to try to incorporate into our material to try to deal with some of these situations going forward.
Okay. Now, I know you said you have a lot of new products coming down the pipe. Why don't we take a look at a few standbys as well as some new ones? Now, you have some really different genetics here too, and can you elaborate on those?
Well, through our plant breeding group, we have a series of efforts that are put forth in the alfalfa and in the corn silage market here in California. The breeding station, the new breeding station is up in Davis, California. We are the only retail company that is breeding corn in the state of California. Some of that new material, which you'll see more temperate, more tropical, and more subtropical, will be bred into these sort of genetics to deal with the challenges of the future. And we can see some of that at the end, and then we can talk about a few hybrids that already have some of that material incorporated in it.